Vice President Kashim Shettima has arrived in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia to represent President Bola Tinubu at the 39th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of Heads of State and Government of African Union, scheduled to hold from February 14 to February 15, 2026. The summit themed assuring sustainable water availability and safe sanitation systems to achieve the goals of Agenda 2063 will focus on strengthening continental commitment to sustainable water management, improved sanitation system and broader development targets under the AU's Agenda 2063 blueprint. Shettima was received on arrival at the Bole International Airport by Ethiopian Minister of Innovation and Technology, Dr. Belete Mula, and State's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Biharu Sisengai. Home in Ogun State, the Ogun State All Progressives Congress, APC, has officially endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for a second term in office. The endorsement was made during a strategic meeting of party stakeholders where Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun urged party members to unite behind the president. The meeting held at the June 12 Cultural Center in Abeokuta aimed to strengthen internal cohesion and position the APC for future political engagement in the state. Governor's Office correspondent Yusuf Gani has the details.
Gathered here at the June 12 Cultural Center, Kutu Abeokuta, are stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress, APC, for a strategic meeting to chart a common front as the 2027 election process draws closer. In his remarks, Governor Dapo Abiodun said the meeting is aimed at strengthening internal cohesion and position the APC for future political engagement in the state.
Let us remain worthy ambassadors of our great party, the APC. Let us continue to set the standard for leadership, responsibility, and service. While our opponents remain distracted, let us stay focused. Let us stay disciplined. Let us be result-driven. Let us continue to demonstrate what genuine progress looks like in Ogun State through tangible, people-oriented achievements and not empty rhetoric. Let us continue to show that APC is a party of action, vision, and dependable delivery.
While commending President Bola Tinubu for his exceptional leadership and policy reforms, which he said are changing the economic narratives of the country, Governor Abiodun says the endorsement is based on President Tinubu's achievements in areas like agriculture, education, infrastructure, security, and the economy.
Let us rise. Let us affirm our trust in Ashwaju's capacity to lead our nation to greater heights. It is both befitting, both strategic, that we endorse him for another term of 4 years, extending his mandate till the year 2031, so that the ongoing transformation of our country may be consolidated and sustained.
Former Governor of the state, Chief Olusegun Oshoba, appeals to all members of the party to ensure unity among them.
Gbogbo reform ti Bola Ahmed tó ní àyà, the courage to stop oil subsidy, the courage to stop multiple exchange rates, olójẹ́kọ̀ wà wọlé lọ́dọọdún, no take his own salary anymore. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ tó kù ti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé kí ìkíní yẹn tó wá dé grassroots nígbà tí a tàn wá jẹun, ó kù díẹ̀ kó dé grassroots láti dé grassroots.
The chairman, Senate Committee on Appropriation and Senator representing Ogun West Central District, Senator Solomon Olamilekan Adeola, and Senator representing Ogun Central Senatorial District, Senator Shuaib Afolabi Salisu, described Governor Dapo Abiodun as a man of character, vision, and benevolence, who has ensured that peace reign in the state, irrespective of political differences.
Your Excellency, for what we are doing here today is a clear indication that as a state we are doing well, and as a people we are doing well. And I can tell you, come 2027, Ogun State is for APC, Ogun State is for Asiwaju, Ogun State is for Dapo Abiodun.
Excellency, we thank you for your character. Why not for your character? Why not for character? The party will not be as cohesive as it is now. If you have used 20% of your power, you could have sent Baba Oshoba away from town. You could have been fighting your deputy governor. You can be breathing down on the party chairman. Like Abiodun, we are great to...
Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Adekunle Salako, and his counterpart in the Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, commended Governor Dapo Abiodun for embarking on the construction of the Gateway International Airport, which is now regarded as a reference point in the country. The ministers also appreciate President Bola Tinubu for taking the country to a new height with the construction of roads like the Coastal Road and the Lagos-Badagry Expressway, amongst others. They said are getting the country ready for further economic development.
Your Excellency, yesterday we landed in Peru. In the night, when the pilot said, this is in Ogun State. Congratulations, Your Excellency, for bringing on our house.
Ebi tí gbogbo wa fẹ́ kí orílẹ̀-èdè wa lọ, àwọn lídà tó lè gbé wa débẹ̀, àwọn tó máa di etí wọn, tó máa focus sí ibi tí gbogbo wa fẹ́ kán lọ, náà lè gbé wa débẹ̀. And that's what the president has been to this country in the last 3 years. But industries, we've seen the development in industries in our state for the last few years. Kò síbi tí kò ń lọ tí Ogun State tá a bá jára mọ́ṣẹ́. Because gbogbo nǹkan tí Èkó need, gbogbo nǹkan tí a need ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà la ní Ogun State.
Speaker Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honourable Oludaisi Elemide, adds that the Assembly is grateful to the Governor for giving the Assembly complex a facelift, noting that members won't fail him.
You have elevated us. We believe in your leadership and we will not fail you.
The event attracted leaders across the 3 central districts of the All Progressives Congress in the state. Yusuf Ganilu, OGTV News.
The All Progressives Congress in Ogun State is set to unveil what has been described as the first of its kind party secretariat in southern Nigeria within the next 5 months. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun disclosed this during an on-the-spot assessment of the ongoing construction work at the new secretariat located along the Okemosan axis of Abeokuta. Abiodun said the secretariat will serve as a symbol of the party's unity, strength and resilience, noting that it reflects members' collective commitment to sustaining the APC's idea in this state.
This project will be the first of its kind secretariat, I don't want to say in the country, let me say in southern Nigeria, because I'm not sure of what AP secretariat looks like in other parts of the north, but clearly being the southern governor's chairman, I've seen many other southern APC secretariats across the southern region. We will have a car park that will fit about 2,000 vehicles. We will have an auditorium that will seat over 1,000 people. We will have the fitting office of our chairman, a prestigious office of our chairman, members of the state working committee. And it will be a symbol of our unity, our strength, our resilience, and the fact that we want to, we will continue to sustain, the APC spirit and that drive. And without a doubt, APC will continue to produce governors and senators and members of the National Assembly and State Assembly, of course.
In his remarks, the state chairman of the party, Chief Yemi Sanusi, attributed the increasing defection of opposition members into the APC to the party's inclusiveness and economic development policies of the Prince Dapo Abiodun-led administration.
This project you are seeing, I went to the governor one day that, Mr. Governor, we need a befitting secretariat. We need your support. We need your help. He said, okay, go and apply for land. I will grant it. We applied for land and the governor granted it. You see it, I think within 6 months, this place will be completed.
Sanusi noted that the project has received strong financial backing from party leaders, stakeholders across the state and beyond. Members of the Nigerian Peace Corps Ogun State chapter have been heard to submit their concerns and documentation to enable the Assembly to domesticate any relevant national legislation and secure a House resolution for onward transmission to the executive arm of government. Speaker Right Honorable Udai Selemide stated this while playing oath to the State Commandant of the Peace Corps, Olufemi Akiyemi, in his office in Okemoson, Abeokuta. Kolawole Osho's report is presented in this package.
Playing host to the members of the Nigerian Peace Corps Ogun State chapter, led by its Corps Commandant Olufemi Akiyemi, Speaker Right Honorable Udai Selemide assured the delegation of the Assembly's support in promoting safety and curbing harmful youthful exuberance in secondary schools across the state. The State Commandant of the Peace Corps, Olufemi Akiyemi, spoke on the organization's Memorandum of Understanding with the federal government, outlining the Corps' focus on school safety and youth discipline to enhance civic responsibility. In another development, the State House of Assembly, through its Committee on Public Accounts and Anti-Corruption, continued its consideration of the 2024 audit report with a charge on ministry, departments, and agencies of government in the state to always ensure prompt reconciliation of their financial records. The members of the committee, led by Honorable Damilare Bello, gave the charge while taking on the State Ministry of Transport and Bureau of Electrical Engineering Services for the consideration of the 2024 audit report. The chairman of the committee, in company of other members, cautioned the agencies on the need to ensure that their reports are professionally collated and instructed the ministry and the bureau to reconcile their financial record before presentation. The committee implored the agencies to ensure that their detailed records be represented to the committee and should align with the Auditor General's report to avoid any inconsistencies. They also stressed the importance of submitting the reconciled report with all required supporting documents as soon as possible to facilitate timely review to promote transparency and accountability.
The newly appointed chairman of the Ogun State Printing Corporation, Prince Segun Seriki, has pledged to reposition the corporation for efficiency, sustainability, and revenue growth through modernization, capacity building, and strategic partnership. Prince Seriki made the commitment while addressing members of the press, stakeholders, and staff of the corporation in Abeokuta. Margaret Okulola has more.
With a mandate to deliver efficient, reliable, secure, and cost-effective printing solutions that meet professional standards, the Ogun State Printing Corporation has long played a vital role in supporting government ministries, departments, and agencies. Formally assuming office as the chairman of the corporation is Prince Segun Seriki, who brings over 3 decades of experience in the printing industry. Addressing the press, Prince Seriki expressed appreciation to the State Governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, for the confidence reposed in him, describing the appointment as a call to service and responsibility. The chairman outlined key priorities under his leadership, including the modernization of printing equipment and the adoption of digital printing technologies to enhance service delivery, turnaround time, and competitiveness in the industry.
We will furthermore be a source of revenue generation of notes by the grace of God to this state. Under my leadership, the corporation will operate with efficiency, professionalism, and a clear focus in delivering value for Ogun State.
Prince Seriki reviewed plans to expand the corporation's client base beyond government institutions to private organizations, aiming to boost internally generated revenue and ensure long-term sustainability.
Assure all major stakeholders that the repositioning of Ogun State Printing Corporation shall be for further greater productivity and viability. Together, we will build a modern, competitive, and financially viable corporation to the benefit of our people and advancement of our state.
He urged management, staff, stakeholders and clients to support the new vision of building a modern, competitive, and financially viable Ogun State Printing Corporation. Earlier, the Director of Administration and Supplies, who also serves as Acting General Manager of the corporation, Mr. Olufolarin Ige, called for strategic partnerships with the private sector, educational institutions, and development partners to promote innovation and growth within the printing and publishing industry. Margaret Okunlola, OGTV News.
Moving on, the Nigerian Society of Engineers at Abeokuta branch has held a public lecture in honor of the late engineer Michael Bangui Joda, former Ogun State Commissioner for Education. The event, which drew professionals from various fields, re-emphasized the critical role of engineering in national development, infrastructure sustainability, and the pursuit of professional excellence. Testimony Komolafe covered the lecture. Our report is presented from our studios.
The Nigerian Society of Engineers at Abeokuta branch is one of the prominent branches of the NSC, serving as a professional hub for engineers within Ogun State and its environs. The branch has consistently provided a platform for knowledge sharing, professional development, and the promotion of engineering best practices through lectures, technical sections, and public engagement aimed at advancing national development. Engineer Venerable Michael Bangui Joda was a respected engineer administrator and former Ogun State Commissioner for Education, widely recognized for his commitments to professional excellence and service, renowned for his leadership, integrity, and dedication to the engineering profession. He made significant contributions to the Nigerian Society of Engineers and played a vital role in mentoring younger professionals. The public lecture was organized in his memory to earn his legacy and enduring impact.
The energy sector is undergoing a historic transition, and as engineers, we must not just be passive observers. We must be active shapers of the regulatory, technical, and ethical framework that will govern this transition.
The guest speaker, Professor Yemi Oke San, in his lecture, spoke on intersection of law, governance, and professional practice. He stressed the importance of accountability, regulatory compliance, and ethical responsibility in engineering and infrastructure development in Nigeria.
We have charged them to step forward, to become more visible, to become more active and proactive, and take benefit of those provisions of the law for their own advantage and make their engineering profession relevant.
Participants described the program as enlightening and inspiring, noting that it further strengthens professional unity and knowledge sharing within the engineering community.
We continue to advocate that engineers also get involved in politics so that we can be in the position to take the rightful decision in our own interest of engineering profession.
They must have seen the contribution of engineering Joda to the institution of engineering and to the society at large. I would just say they should emulate it, they should keep it up, and they should know that they are builders of this world.
The event was concluded with an interactive session and a renewed call for engineers and other professionals to remain steadfast in their commitments to integrity, excellence, and nation building.
The remains of Alhaji Akeem Akitunde, Manager of Program Service at Ogun State Television, have been laid to rest in accordance with Islamic rites. Friends, family members, colleagues, and sympathizers gathered to witness the final journey of the respected media professional. Alhaji Akeem Akitunde battled a prolonged illness for nearly 4 years before his passing. Bumi Adigun has the details.
It was truly the end of an era as family, friends, and colleagues bid farewell to a renowned sports broadcaster, a journalist of distinction, a devoted father, and a man loved by many.
Night every Nigerian. When it comes to football, everybody forgets wherever you are from, and of course, once the Super Eagles are doing well, the Super Falcons are doing well, it doesn't really matter how we are governed. That joy alone overclouds us, and of course, we are always very happy.
Alhaji Akeem Ololade Akitunde fought a courageous battle against illness, struggling with a prolonged health challenge for nearly 4 years. During this difficult period, support poured in from all quarters, where Richards contributed financially, while the government also played a significant role in efforts to restore his health. However, in submission to the will of Almighty Allah, he answered the final call like the last whistle that signals the end of a football match.
Well, we have to remember him for his religious upright and his steadfastness.
Akim is a very resilient person, and whatever he believes in, he will always make sure that he fights it to the end.
I've been together for years, and I know what Akim has done, even as I am today. The 2 elections that I ran at the federal level, even in Katsina, in Benin, talk of where you always be with me.
Sincerely, very shocking. But I will call it Valediction forbidden mourning, because for a while he has been sick. He needs to rest.
The Janaza prayer was held at the Central Mosque, Okele, Abeokuta, after which his remains were interred at the Muslim burial ground in Olomore. The Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Olusalako, alongside other dignitaries, used the occasion to emphasize the importance of early cancer detection and timely medical intervention.
Cancer is not a deadly disease to the extent that it is detected at a very early stage. Unfortunately, some cancers are very difficult to detect at the very early stage because of the organ that they affect. As an example, cancer of the pancreas. The pancreas is right inside the body. It is next to the liver, next to some part of the intestine. Most of the time, by the time you discover it, it will have spread to the liver onto the intestine. And because it is right inside the body, it's difficult to have an early detection.
So as it goes, our hearts and prayers are with the Akitside family. His wife has become a widow. The children have lost a caring father. Ogosted has lost one of his promising sons. May Allah forgive him and admit him to Al-Jannah Firdaus. Particularly in this month of Shaban, Akim Makinde worked closely with me as having been a personal friend. He's somebody that in his profession you cannot but listen to him. When I was Commissioner for Sports, he supported me always, gave me useful advice that made me to be so successful while I was in the affairs of Sport Ministry.
Death is actually what we all do. We all go at one time or the other. Though it is painful that it left us at this moment.
So touching, because he was a friend, kind, a good man, and I'm still trying to process it.
Alhaji Akim Akitunde is survived by his wife and 5 daughters who shared a close bond with their father and will deeply feel his absence.
My dad is kind, is loving, is a philanthropist in his own way. He's always trying to help. He's not perfect, but he was the best that any of my siblings and I could ever ask for.
The message at the garden was unmistakable, a sober reminder to all that death is inevitable. The general manager of the Ogun State Television, Tunde Kasim, expressed appreciation to the governor and all those who supported the late broadcaster during his illness and offered prayers for the peaceful repose of his soul.
To thank the government of Ogun State under the leadership of Prince Dapo Abiodun for the support rendered to our late friend, late colleague Akim Akitunde. I know for sure that the governor magnanimously, gave him a huge amount of money for his medical care.
After the interment, everyone left the venue, leaving Alhaji Akim Akitunde amongst those who have been buried at the cemetery. A message to all that death is inevitable and it can come anytime. Bumi Adigun, OGTV News.
May the soul of the late Akim Akintunde continue to rest in peace. We now wrap up the news with the words of Brian Tracy. Goals are the fuel in the furnace of achievement. We've now come to the end of OGTV News at 2. Many thanks for watching. Good afternoon.